Now I know everybody in this room today is struggling with bigger issues than going to sleep in a room by yourself. I know we have money issues, and we have marriage issues, and we have health issues. We have big issues. But similar to my son, what we tend to do is we tend to look for ways to cope with those issues, to cope with those troubles, and we start to run to different things hoping they can help us cope and help us forget about our problems. But my question for you today is that the best way to deal with our troubles? Looking for something to distract us? The answer to that question is absolutely not. We don't need self-soothing methods, and we don't need false gods, and we don't need coping mechanisms, because even in times of great trouble, we can find everything that we need in God. Even in times of great trouble, we can find everything, absolutely everything that we need in God. I know we hear Christians all the time say that God is enough, God is all we need, but it doesn't always feel real to us, right? What does that really mean? What does it really mean for God to be the one who meets all of our needs? What does that mean every day practically when our world is crashing down around us, right? Whether or not someone cares, that changes the way they respond to your situation. Let me give you an example. Let's say that I'm having issues with my cable, and so to fix my cable, I get out my numbers and I accidentally call the internet people instead of the cable folks. So I call them, and I can call them and I can tell them about all of my troubles. I can remind them how faithful of a customer I've been. I can let them know how appalled I am at this atrocious service, but they're not gonna care, and there's not gonna be anything that they can do about it. Now I want you to imagine what it would be like if God did not care about our troubles. We could cry out to God all day long, every single day, but it wouldn't make any difference. David says this over and over again in the Psalms. I think David is saying, look, you've promised to listen to your people when we talk to you, so hear me, I'm talking. It's like David is tapping God on the shoulder like, Lord, listen to your beloved. I have something to say. David knew about God's track record. That's why he was so confident that God cared and God was listening. He knew about God's track record. He knew that God had made a covenant with his people. He knew the types of things God had promised to his people. He knew about God had heard their prayers and delivered them over and over again. And he expected that this same God would listen and care and respond to him as he had done in the past. David is unwelcome in the kingdom. He feels like nobody cares about him, like nobody can save him. Yet he goes before God. David knows God is his friend and will care for him, and that makes a difference. That when friends turn their backs on you, and your family has shunned you, and your coworkers don't care about you, and your neighbors don't even know who you are, it matters that God knows you and he cares. God hears your prayers. God knows how many hairs are on your head, so he definitely knows the pain and turmoil that you're experiencing. And in this sense, the believer in Jesus Christ is absolutely never alone. Often we spend our lives trying to get the attention of other people. We just want to be noticed. We want their attention and respect. We just want them to care about us. But I think we would probably do that a lot less if we just grabbed a hold of the truth that God cares. God cares. There's no remote island. There's no abandoned building where the believer will be alone. God is with you and he loves you.